Well, greetings, everyone. This is Old Doc Hatfield, Preacher Man Piper, coming to you again with another video. I wanted to tell you about my new suit from Goodwill in St. Louis. Many years ago, I was in St. Louis with a young lady, and I had been asked to come and speak at a church on Sunday morning. Well, the problem with that was that we had lost all of our luggage. So I didn't have any clothes except what I had on. I didn't have no suit or nothing like that. So I thought, well, I guess we'll go down to Goodwill and see if we can find something. So I went down there and I told them that I was supposed to speak at a church tomorrow, and I didn't have much money, but I was going to see if I could find something, a suit that I could wear. And this lady, she said, well, what are you going to do there? I said, well, I'm going to play the piano for them. I'm going to do some special playing for them. And I'm going to speak to them for a while. And she said, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll make a deal with you. I said, well, I'm always willing to talk about a deal. And she said, see that piano sitting over there? Well, there was a old upright sitting over there. And I said, yeah. She said, you play us a couple of numbers on that piano. And she said, and I'll give you a suit. I'll give you a shirt. I'll give you a tie. I'll give you whatever else you need to go to this church. I said, thank you very much. So I went over there and I sat down at the piano and I started to play. Well, everybody in the store come over there and listened to me play. So I finished up a song and everybody clapped. And so I played them another number and everybody clapped. And this woman came over and she said, well, you said you could play. I didn't know you could play like that. I said, well, she said, you didn't tell me you was good. I said, well, I don't ever do that. And she said, well, could you could you play one more? And I said, yeah. Could you play Victory in Jesus? I said, sure. So I played Victory in Jesus. And after I got finished playing that, she said, well, you've just made our day. She said, come here and let me show you what I found you. And she found me a nice suit, found me a nice shirt, nice tie. And she even gave me some underwear and gave me some socks. And she said, do you have any, is that the only shoes you got? And I said, yeah, it's the only one. I said, we lost all of our luggage. And she said, well, let's go get you a pair of shoes. So they found me a pair of shoes that fit and looked good. And so I was fixed up, raring to go. What I didn't know was that because we were there, and we were same as out of money, we really didn't have no place to stay. And so I said to this lady, I said, can you tell me where this church is? She told me, oh yes. She said, it's quite a ways over, and told me how to get there. And I said, okay, thank you very much. Well, that Sunday morning, got up, got ready, we went to walking. I thought we was never going to get there, but we finally did get there, and we went in. I played for them, and I preached for them, and after that was all done, well then, the pastor of the church came to me, and he said, would you would you be willing to preach tonight, play again tonight? And I said, sure, I'd be glad to. And so we stayed there, and they fed us good, and so that evening I played for them again, and preached for them again, and then he gave me a love offering, and it was a substantial love offering, about a little over $600. And so I said, well, thank you very much. And so we left. We had to walk all the way back over almost to the other side of town. And while we were walking, we come upon this. I mean, this was late at night. This was probably about 10 o'clock at night by the time we got to this intersection. We got to a five-way intersection. Two highways come in like this, and one come in this way. And we were about halfway across that intersection when all of a sudden about 6 motorcycles come up and surrounded us. Well, it scared this girl half to death. And so I said, well, don't act scared. I said, let me talk to him. And so one of them said, what are you doing? I said, we're going back across town to get a motel room. And he said, well, you don't need no motel room. You just need to give us your money. And I said, well, if I gave you my money, I wouldn't be able to get a motel room. And I do need to get a motel room, one for me and one for her. I said, so y'all just have a good evening, and I'll go on. And so this guy said, no, I think we're going to help you and relieve you of whatever money you got. They all got off their bikes. And I said to him, I said, do you mind if she just stands right over there behind that particular bike? And he said, nope. Told her to go on. I said, okay, I'm not going to give you my money. So what are you going to do? Well, we're going to just beat the living tar out of you. Well, when it was all done and over with, I'd put about 3 of them on the ground, and the other 3 got on their motorcycles and took off, leaving those 3 on the ground and leaving their motorcycles. Well, my first thought was, well, we'll just use one of these motorcycles and get on across town. And about that time, a cop car pulled up. And this cop asked me, he said, what's going on here? I said, well, I just got through preaching at a church over here, and we're trying to walk back over here across town to get a motel room. And I said, these guys wanted to relieve me of my money. There was 3 others. He said, yeah, we saw them take off. I said, so we're just going to go on and walk on over there and get a motel. He said, no, you get in the car. And I said, look, I said, I just defended myself. He said, I know that. He said, just get in the car. We'll take you over there. So we got in the back of their patrol car, and they drove us across town. He said, where you want to go? And I said, well, I want to go to a decent motel or a hotel. So he took us down to a hotel downtown, and we got the hotel room, and then we went and got something to eat, and the next morning, when we both got up, and I went and got her from her room, I said, let's go have some breakfast. And then I said, we need to get to the airport and get us a ticket and get out of here. She said, okay. So we're eating breakfast, and two policemen come in there, and they saw us, and they came over to us, said, "We need to talk to you a minute." I said, "Okay, what's the problem?" "Well, you caused quite a stir whenever you whipped those three guys in that motorcycle gang." I said, "Well, there wasn't but 6 of them." He said, "No, there's about 25 of them, and they're looking for you now." I said, "Well, we're going to go to the airport." He said, "We'll take you to the airport, and we'll be with you until you get on the plane." I said, "Okay." I said, "I appreciate that." He said, "Son, don't ever come back to St. Louis again." He said, "You just messed everything up." He said, "People don't walk in that area where you were at." I said, "Well, I had to get back somehow. I didn't know how to do it." So I said, "That's what we did." I said, we didn't have no transportation. I said, "We're still looking for our luggage. We lost it coming into town." And so they took us over there to the airport. We got us a ticket, and we headed back home. And I've never been back to St. Louis since. Of course, I could go back now, and they wouldn't even know who I was now. I'm an old codger now. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that story, and I want you to know that I think of you, all the time, and I pray for you all the time, and I pray God's blessings on you, and I pray God will supply every need, take care of every circumstance in your life, and I'm going to try to make videos more often than what I have been doing. So I'm going to leave you with that, and hopefully it won't be long until we'll see each other again. Until then, bye-bye.